Ever notice how certain people can leave you feeling completely drained after just a few minutes of conversation? It's like they suck the energy right out of you. And no matter what you do, you just can't seem to shake that heavy, exhausted feeling. What if I told you there's a way to shield yourself from these negative influences, keeping your energy intact and thriving, even around the most draining people? This video is all about the energy reverse method, a powerful set of techniques that can help you shield your energy and stay balanced no matter what. With these methods, you'll learn how to build an invisible barrier around yourself, keeping negativity out while allowing yourself to thrive, even in the most challenging environments. And here's the thing, one of these techniques is so simple yet so powerful, it often gets overlooked. It's the final step in this method, and it could be the game changer you never knew you needed. Stay with us till the end to discover it. You won't want to miss this one. There's no denying it. There are certain people in our lives who seem to pull us down every time we interact with them. These individuals, often referred to as energy vampires, have a unique way of leaving us emotionally drained and mentally exhausted. But recognizing these people is the first step toward protecting yourself from their negative influence. Energy vampires come in different forms, and they aren't always aware of the impact they have on others. Some are intentional, constantly seeking attention, sympathy, or control over a situation. They feed off your emotional energy, often through excessive complaining or by playing the victim. Then there are unintentional energy vampires, people who may not even realize the effect they have on you. These individuals might bombard you with their problems or consistently bring negativity into conversations without meaning to harm. To protect yourself, it's important to recognize the signs early. Watch for patterns like constant criticism, belittling comments, or people who seek sympathy but never offer support in return. You might also notice subtle signs, like feeling unusually tired, moody, or anxious after interacting with someone. If you start noticing these feelings cropping up consistently after certain interactions, chances are you're dealing with an energy vampire. Recognizing these signs allows you to protect your energy before it's too late. Number 1, the mirror technique. The mirror technique is a simple yet powerful way to protect yourself from absorbing negativity. The idea is to visualize an invisible barrier, like a mirror, that reflects harmful energy back to its source. When someone is trying to bring you down with criticism, complaints, or hurtful words, imagine this mirror between you and them. Their negativity bounces off the mirror and returns to them, leaving you unaffected. To use this technique in daily life, start by staying calm when faced with negativity. Instead of reacting emotionally, picture yourself holding up this mirror. You can also visualize a protective shield of light or energy surrounding you, deflecting any harmful intentions away. This mental practice helps create a boundary that protects your emotional state without you having to engage with the negativity. It's important to remember that the goal of the mirror technique is not to harm the other person, but to keep your own peace intact. You're not fighting back or sending ill will their way, you're simply redirecting their energy so it doesn't affect you. With regular practice, you'll find that negativity from others has less and less impact on your emotional well-being. Instead of getting pulled into negative conversations or complaints, you can steer the dialogue in a more positive direction. This method not only protects your energy, but also encourages the other person to shift their mindset, often without them even realizing it. A great way to redirect negativity is by using light humor or a playful comment to break the tension. This helps reset the tone of the conversation without directly confronting the negativity. For example, if someone is constantly complaining about their day, you could say something like, "Well, at least you didn't spill coffee on your favorite shirt today, right?" This bit of humor can lighten the mood and stop the downward spiral of negative thoughts. Another powerful approach is to ask questions that focus on positivity or solutions. For instance, if a friend is venting about a difficult situation, you might say, "What's something you're grateful for today?" Or how about we focus on the solutions instead? This gentle nudge can help shift the conversation away from complaints and toward more productive thinking. Redirection empowers you by allowing you to maintain control over the energy of the conversation. It also gives the other person an opportunity to rethink their negativity, potentially leading them to a more positive mindset. Over time, This practice not only protects your own energy, but can subtly encourage others to approach situations more positively. Number 3. Ask them to repeat negative statements. When someone directs a hurtful or critical comment your way, a powerful technique is simply to ask them to repeat what they just said. This unexpected request forces the person to reconsider their words and reflect on what they've said, often making them realize the impact of their negativity. By calmly asking them to say it again, you're not reacting emotionally, which denies them the reaction they were likely expecting. Before asking the person to repeat their statement, it's helpful to take a moment to pause and reflect. Take a slow, deep breath, allowing yourself a brief moment of calm. This not only helps you stay grounded, but also creates a small gap in the conversation, shifting the dynamic. Once you're calm, you can say something like, "Can you repeat that?" Or, "I want you to say that again." This pause and request often makes the other person uncomfortable, as it forces them to confront the harshness of their words. If they do repeat the comment, it's usually with less conviction, or they might even reconsider altogether. This method is effective because it flips the situation, putting the focus back on them without escalating the conflict. It helps you maintain control and protect your energy, while subtly encouraging the other person to reflect on their behavior. Number 4. Practice non-reaction. Non-reaction is one of the most effective ways to protect your energy from negative people. Many of these individuals thrive on your emotional response. They want to see you get upset, defensive, or frustrated. By practicing non-reaction, you deny them that power. When you choose not to react emotionally to their negativity, they have nothing to feed off, and their attempts to draw energy from you fall flat. To help with this, mindfulness techniques can be extremely useful. When faced with negativity, take a deep breath and focus on your heartbeat for a moment. You can also mentally count to 10 before responding. This brief pause helps you regain control of your emotions and ensures that you respond from a place of calm rather than reacting impulsively. It creates a buffer that shields you from letting negativity penetrate your inner peace. Non-reaction doesn't mean you're being passive or avoiding standing up for yourself. It's about maintaining your calm, assertive stance without showing emotional vulnerability. When you respond from a neutral, composed state, you not only protect your energy but also communicate that you're in control of the situation. Over time, people will realize that their negativity has no effect on you, and they'll be less likely to try and drain your energy. Number 5. The broken record technique. The broken record technique is a simple yet effective way to maintain control when someone is pushing your boundaries or trying to pressure you into something you're uncomfortable with. The idea is to calmly repeat the same statement, no matter how much the other person tries to argue or convince you otherwise. This technique helps you avoid being dragged into unnecessary debates or feeling the need to justify your decisions. For example, if someone at work is trying to push you into taking on extra tasks that you don't have time for, you can say, "I'm not comfortable with that, but thanks for asking." If they keep pressing, simply repeat the same statement in a calm tone. "As I said, I'm not comfortable with that." The key is to stay consistent and avoid getting drawn into explanations or arguments. By doing this, you send a clear message that your decision is final, without expending unnecessary emotional energy. This technique is especially useful in situations with family members or colleagues where boundaries are often tested. It's not about being rude or dismissive, but about preserving your energy and standing your ground firmly. With time, people will understand that you're not someone who can be easily swayed, and they will be less likely to push your boundaries in the future. Number 6. The Grey Rock Method. The Grey Rock Method is a clever way to deal with negative individuals by making yourself as uninteresting and unengaging as possible, just like a dull grey rock. The idea is to keep your interactions brief, neutral, and emotionally detached so that the negative person loses interest in trying to draw energy from you. When you don't give them the emotional reactions they're seeking, they'll eventually stop trying to engage with you. This technique is all about emotional detachment. Instead of getting involved in their drama or complaints, respond with neutral, unexciting answers. For instance, If someone is trying to pull you into a gossip session or vent about their problems, you can reply with simple phrases like, "That's interesting," or "I don't have an opinion on that." The goal is not to be rude, but to give them nothing to feed off of. By keeping your responses short and avoiding emotional involvement, you shut down the energy-draining conversation without confrontation. Over time, people who thrive on negativity will look elsewhere for the reactions they crave, and your energy will remain intact. This method is especially effective with people who constantly seek attention or try to stir up conflict, as it makes them realize they won't get the emotional payoff they're after. Number 7. Mental delete technique. The mental delete technique is a simple yet effective way to remove negative or hurtful comments from your mind before they can take root. When someone says something that bothers you, instead of letting their words linger and affect your mood, you can mentally delete them. Think of it like pressing the delete button on your keyboard. Those negative words are gone from your mind as soon as they appear. To make this technique even more powerful, you can use a small physical action as a trigger. For example, you might flick your fingers or lightly tap your temple as a way of mentally erasing the negativity. This physical gesture reinforces the idea that you are in control of what stays in your mind. By pairing the mental delete with a simple action, it becomes easier to clear away harmful energy on the spot. This technique is not about ignoring feedback or constructive criticism. It's about protecting yourself from comments meant to hurt or bring you down. By practicing the mental delete technique, you stop those negative words from affecting your self-esteem or emotional well-being. Instead, you remain focused on positive, productive thoughts, leaving no space for unnecessary negativity. Number 8. Compliment redirect strategy. The compliment. Redirect strategy is a powerful way to disarm negativity by offering a genuine compliment in response. When someone is venting, criticizing, or generally being negative, instead of getting pulled into their energy, you can redirect the conversation with a sincere compliment. This approach catches people off guard because it's hard to stay negative when faced with kindness. It not only protects your energy, but can shift the dynamic of the conversation entirely. A great way to make this even more effective is by finding the silver lining. Help the person see something positive in their situation. For example, if a coworker is constantly complaining about a project, you might say, "I've always admired how much you care about getting things done right." This not only redirects their negativity, but also highlights something they can feel good about. It shifts the focus away from the problem and onto a positive trait or outcome. Real-life examples show how effective this can be. Imagine a friend who's frustrated about a personal challenge like missing a promotion. Instead of getting stuck in their negative emotions, you could say, "I know it's tough, but you've come so far in your career, and that's something to be proud of." A small compliment like this changes the energy of the conversation, helping them see the positive aspects of their journey and takes the sting out of the negativity. This strategy not only preserves your own emotional state, but can also inspire others to view things more positively, even if just for a moment. Number 9. Energy investment. Mindset. The energy investment mindset is all about treating your energy like a valuable resource, just like time or money. Every interaction you have either gives you energy or takes it away, and it's important to be mindful of where you're investing this precious resource. By seeing your energy as something worth protecting, you become more intentional about how you spend it and who you give it to. One way to develop this mindset is through daily reflection practices. At the end of each day, take a few minutes to journal or meditate on your interactions. Ask yourself, which conversations left me feeling uplifted? Which ones drained me? Over time, this simple habit helps you identify patterns so you can make better choices about where to invest your energy. A key question to ask yourself throughout the day is this interaction worth my energy? If you find that certain people or situations consistently drain you, it's time to limit your exposure. This isn't about cutting people off completely, but rather being wise about how much of your energy you allow them to take. By applying the energy investment mindset, you conserve your energy for people and activities that truly matter, allowing you to focus on positive and productive relationships instead of being worn down by negativity. Number 10. The emotional aikido technique. The emotional aikido technique is inspired by the martial art of aikido, where the goal is not to confront force with force, but to skillfully redirect the opponent's energy. In the same way, when faced with negative emotional energy, you don't need to fight back or resist. Instead, you can guide the conversation towards something more constructive, turning the negative energy into something useful. One effective strategy is to mirror the other person's language, but subtly shift the focus towards solutions rather than dwelling on problems. For instance, if someone is complaining about a situation, you might say, "I understand you're frustrated, so what do you think could improve this?" This response acknowledges their feelings while nudging the conversation in a more positive and productive direction. By doing this, you're not resisting their energy, but you're also not absorbing it. Instead, you're redirecting it in a way that benefits both of you. Using the emotional aikido technique helps you maintain control over your energy without creating conflict. Rather than getting dragged into negativity, you stay calm and centered while gently steering the interaction towards something more constructive. This not only preserves your energy, but also keeps the conversation productive, allowing you to engage without feeling drained. Number 11. Set clear boundaries. Early on, one of the most effective ways to protect your energy from negative people is by setting clear boundaries from the start. Boundaries help define what behavior you will and will not accept, creating a protective space around you. When you set these limits early in your interactions, you prevent energy vampires from overstepping and draining your emotional resources. To implement this technique, be firm yet respectful in your communication. For example, if someone consistently complains or criticizes, you can say something like, "I understand you're upset, but I can't continue this conversation if it's only going to focus on negativity." By drawing this line, you're making it clear that you value your emotional well-being and won't allow their negativity to consume your energy. Setting boundaries isn't about being harsh or distant. It's about taking care of your own emotional health while still respecting the other person. With this technique, you take control of your space and energy, ensuring that negative influences don't cross your personal limits. This aligns perfectly with the other techniques, offering another layer of protection to keep your energy intact. Number 12. Conduct an energy audit. Conducting an energy audit is a powerful way to gain insight into where your energy is going and how different interactions impact you. By regularly assessing how you feel after various conversations, activities, or situations, you can start to identify what leaves you feeling drained and what boosts your energy. This self-awareness is key to managing your energy more effectively. A helpful tool for this practice is keeping an energy journal. Each day, take a few minutes to log your experiences. Note which interactions left you feeling positive, energized, and uplifted, and which ones made you feel tired, anxious, or frustrated. Over time, you'll begin to notice patterns that show who or what is consistently draining your energy. Once you've identified these patterns, you can make informed adjustments to your life. Maybe it's limiting time spent with certain individuals, setting firmer boundaries, or carving out more time for activities that recharge you. This practice helps you become more intentional about where you invest your energy, allowing you to preserve it for people and situations that truly matter. As we come to an end of the video, let's recap what we have learned in this video. So we've covered a range of powerful techniques to help you protect your energy from negative influences. Let's quickly recap what we've learned. Number 1. The mirror technique. Visualize an invisible barrier that reflects negativity back to its source, keeping you unaffected. Number 2. The power of redirection. Shift conversations toward positivity by using light humor or focusing on solutions instead of problems. Number 3. Ask them to repeat negative statements. Calmly ask someone to repeat hurtful words, forcing them to reconsider their actions. Number 4. Practice. Non-reaction. Deny negative people the emotional reaction they seek by staying calm and mindful. Number 5. The broken record technique. Repeat a consistent, calm statement to maintain your boundaries without getting dragged into arguments. Number 6. The grey rock method. Keep interactions brief and neutral, making yourself uninteresting to those trying to drain your energy. Number 7. Mental delete technique. Mentally erase hurtful comments using a physical gesture like flicking your fingers to reinforce the action. Number 8. Compliment redirect strategy. Respond to negativity with a genuine compliment, shifting the conversation to a more positive space. Number 9. Energy investment mindset. Treat your energy like a valuable resource and be intentional about where and with whom you spend it. Number 10. The emotional aikido technique. Redirect negative emotional energy towards solutions, keeping interactions productive and calm. Number 11. Set clear boundaries. Early on, establish firm limits at the start of interactions, protecting your emotional space and preventing others from crossing your personal limits. Number 12. Conduct an energy audit. Regularly assess where your energy goes and make adjustments based on what drains or energizes you. These techniques, when practiced regularly, will help you build a stronger shield against negativity and keep your energy intact no matter what challenges you face. Now that you've learned these powerful techniques, it's time to start applying them in your daily life. By practicing these methods, you can protect your emotional well-being and maintain your energy no matter what negativity comes your way. Start small. Pick one technique that resonates with you and see how it changes your interactions. Over time, you'll notice a difference in how much more balanced and energized you feel. If you found this video helpful, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below sharing which technique you plan to try first or your own experiences with protecting your energy. And if you know someone who could benefit from these tips, feel free to share this video with them. For more valuable insights, make sure to check out the next recommended video on your screen right now. Thanks for watching.